Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, The Twisted in the Twilight, where we have a question of strategy here at this point. If we want to keep pushing the Dark Elves up in the north here, it probably is the case that we need to worry about all this Chaos stuff. Part of the reason that I left the Chaos Invasion on was because I figured it would be a much bigger problem for the people we were going to be fighting than it would be for us. So far, that has been true. We could just cede the north here. We could just fall back, let the Chaos Invasion and the Dark Elves tire each other out, and then come back or something, and avoid having to deal with the whole issue. If we do that, of course, it is going to slow down our confederation quest with Talsin, though. Now, Talsin doesn't care who we're destroying, right? It doesn't have to be 10 Dark Elf settlements. So I guess we could go find somewhere else to make trouble. Like, this is the enemy we've made, though, and these are the ones that are easy to fight. I don't know. I'm really not sure what I want to do up here yet, so let's not start our turn with the sisters. Let's talk about the southern forest. How do you guys feel about your neighbors? You are, of course, at war with the Warriors of Chaos, and you are completely isolated from everyone else in every way. You just don't care what else is going on around here. I mean, that's interesting. If we go and take care of this issue for them, I wonder if it'll be possible to just get them friendly and then confederate them that way. I would much prefer to just kill one of their armies, but we would need one of them to wander away from the forest to do that. Because right now, they have an 18-unit garrison and another 34 units worth of actual elves. We do have to win a battle for the Confederation quest. So, I think for the moment, our plan with the Tree Singer is going to be to just walk over here. I'm going to stay out of their territory as much as possible. I know that the Heralds are going to have a problem with this, but listen, we can't make everybody happy. Alright, so we're going to approach this from... Boy, if we do end up taking over Orion's camp while upsetting the Heralds, it is going to become a complicated problem, isn't it? Okay, maybe we could just get a defensive alliance from them? Maybe we could just be pals? And then maybe we could run around in their territory, bait them into attacking us, causing the Heralds to declare war on them, and then we... okay, that's maybe a plan. Since you're so interested in this, we have a likelihood of success high here. And by the way, a big part of the reason we have that is that the Great Power modifier is positive for most Tomb Kings. For most factions in the world, they like you less the bigger and stronger you are. Tomb Kings really love a big, powerful friend. But since they're so hot to do this, I think we can wrangle some cash out of them too. Okay, it won't be 3,000 though. We went down to likelihood low there. Okay. So now they're not going to be mad at me anymore, and in fact, I'm in friendly territory. Okay. We'll figure out this whole situation. So now if we take over the camp, now we'll be getting fed friendly Heathland health. That'll be good. The sisters are definitely going last.
Proud daughter of Athel Lauren.
Let's have you all just head down through Kislev. Yeah, through Kislev and then pass Bekoffen to the Griffinwood. I would like very much to discover that these guys are going to be easy to talk into friendship. Right? I don't want to take the I don't want to take the short path. I want to do this the slower but safer way. I don't want to upset this random Empire nation, because I just don't need this turning into a whole thing, you know? This is me avoiding an international incident.
Of the glades.
So where did that army go? There was another Dark Elf army over here. Perhaps they ran north. There might have been another Chaos army. But I'm pretty sure the one that we fought is the one that burned Kuark, right? I mean, maybe the play is just run away from Harganeth, like, just ignore this entirely, burn the Black Pillar, burn Dargoth, get our confederation, and then fall back and play defense around Grand, and let Chaos do what Chaos is going to do. Honestly, I don't hate it. We can't quite get vision of Dargoth. Alright, I'm going for it. I see no reason to play defense. If a Chaos army shows up and burns down Grand, yeah, whatever.
Battle. A regrettable necessity. Total destruction.
It turns out it's not going to be that big of a deal, because Grand is nowhere near as good as I thought it was going to be for us. Alright, let's grab the rest of this red line stuff. Obviously, like, the other point of replenished troops is not a high priority. So we don't have any Sisters of the Thorn right now. We will get some Sisters of the Thorn. We're working on it. Alright, over here, Dodan is just going forth to meet our mighty friends here in the Waterfall Palace. Okay, 20... not trending anywhere. 20 is what we get. I would love a non-aggression pact, and if we could also get military access. They're like, how about not so much with that last thing? Okay, but what if I give you a whole lot of money? Yeah, we could do better than this. I'll give them 10. We have so much money. We have so much income. Okay, cool. So now we're trending higher. Yeah, we'll try to pick these guys up through Classic Confederation, I think, because it's somewhat unlikely that we're going to be able to do their quests safely. And now that we have Kane research, I suppose, honestly, this would be an okay time to just pick up Wisdom of the Eagle Lords. And this would probably have introduced us to Argwalon, actually. We could get this for global recruitment time down. Global recruitment capacity up is also interesting. Leadership for all elf units. And we kind of have a lot of the really important stuff. Yeah, I guess let's grab the Wisdom of the Eagle Lords. This will make us visible to distant enemies, you know, whatever. At this point, we're trying to make contact with all the forests anyway, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, so Nagaron's turn passed really quickly without them really, like, visibly doing anything. I don't think they're gonna stop us. Okay, the dwarves are filling in the stuff over there. So thus far, Chaos has not successfully breached the Eastern Mountains. For the moment, at least. Let's see if this is the turn when they do it. They're actually showing us not even stronger than we are anymore. I'm assuming that they suffered a pretty embarrassing defeat somewhere over there. I mean, we know there were a lot of Empire armies and at least a couple of Dwarf armies in that region, so they probably just got outnumbered. Don't imagine that it's over yet, though. The Chaos invasion has many waves. It's gonna be a while before we are safe. Alright, so show me this area. I'm assuming Dargoth is... oh, never mind. I was gonna say I'm assuming Dargoth is gonna be empty because it's just kind of like a nowhere in the it's a nowhere village. But apparently it's a nowhere village that Malekith just fled to at full speed. Well, let's go dunk on him again. That's fun every single time we do it.
Attack! We fight for the forest.
We always attack. Never don't attack.
Finally a fight.
Alright, and I do believe we are taking Confederation with Talsin, because extra territory, extra places to build money buildings, and Orion himself. He may turn out to be built in a kind of a non-optimal way, but you know what? A legendary lord is a legendary lord. Alright, what do we want for you? We finished capping out your armor. Do I want to take Bottomless Quiver? I mean, honestly, Seneschal running out of ammo is not, I think, a terribly realistic concern, but I guess I also don't actually care about any of the rest of this stuff, so sure. Alright, we have an unassigned skill point on this person. This is one of our recent pickups, right? I guess let's grab reload time reduction. And now the question, do we attack here or do we try to get something going? We're trending pretty negative because of the fact that we just confederated someone else, which is actually really handy. If we can get them to declare war on us, then the Dune Kingdoms will join, and then we can hopefully use the Dune Kingdoms to bait them. So I'm going to run around in their I'm going to raid their territory. I'm going to just annoy the hell out of them. We haven't done a lot of raiding this game. Now you'll notice we are like very, how do they like that? They don't seem to care. That's okay. Weird. Raid harder. Maybe the diplomatic penalty for raiding doesn't kick in until you've actually been doing it for a turn. Now you might notice we're massively negative here. That's because we just picked up some armies through the Confederation that I think we're very likely to disband. So don't stress about that too much. I think we can have Dodan leave. We certainly don't need this army that is just a single, like, we have two small armies here instead of one big army, which is obviously foolishness. We also don't have access to our legendary lord. Is he okay? Orion was wounded in the big dwarf battle, and for some reason we're not getting an indication of when we'll be able to get him back, but that's definitely what we want to do. We want to have him in command of an army. So I think for the moment... Here, let's pass over all of these troops. And then disband this army. Okay, that helped. I think we're probably going to disband this army as well. Honestly, I just don't think we need it. I do want to have an army led by Orion. But to be perfectly honest with you, the smart play is probably to replace Phaonix with Orion and have him lead this force. So I think we are in fact going to just disband the military we picked up from Tulsin entirely.
Nature's servant.
And some of these troops are okay, but okay, sorry, hold on. We gotta... All of the normal troops can be disbanded with a single thing. Then we have to discharge each character separately. But I don't think we need any of this. Alright, and then here in the King's Glade, we have some Wildwood Waystones. That's interesting. So all Wildwood Rangers everywhere are better. We have a lot of recruitment structures. Okay. I would like it... We're probably going to demolish a little bit of this recruitment stuff. Like, we probably don't actually need the basic melee building, because we have this in lots of other places. And then I would like to build, first of all, the money-making building that is missing here. And secondly... Maybe that's all we need to do. Like, what else would we do here? Yeah, we want to make a trapper's den. And then, yeah, honestly, it's probably fine. That's probably all we need to... We do have an arboreal paddock built up over here, so probably what we should actually do is go back to the Witchwood, destroy the cavalry building that we're in the process of building there, and instead make a dragon's lair there, since this is already capped out. Let's go do that. Yeah, we had not really made any progress on this. It's fine. Okay, and then we'll actually have all of the recruitment available. So the Altar of Ultimate Darkness, I don't really care too much about. The question is, like, do we want to keep a hero devoted to paying attention to what's going on with the Chaos dudes? I guess, yeah, let's run down here and see if this Chaos Force ends up interacting with the Dark Elves at all.
Dark times.
And your job is not changing. You're fast-ish. I mean, it helps that there's a lot of open territory with roads in it out here.
Defender of Athelloren.
We've also picked up a whole bunch of new heroes, probably. Although, actually, we fired several of them already. I do want to keep at least one. Saulus here will be our gateway to the west. And by the west, of course, I mean a region that is considerably to the east of where we started. Actually, I think we'll have these two fan out. Saulus will run down here and get us vision of this stuff, while Dodan goes to the place Dodan was originally headed to. Alright, so what do we want now? 10% missile resistance for all elves is fine. I guess let's do this. Income from post-battle loot is important-ish. Oh, right, we picked up a whole bunch of new people. Okay, so what are the rules for these? I'm assuming this can only be filled by somebody who could cast Apotheosis, maybe? You can't be a Dark Weaver either, because you do not have the power of darkness. Oh, yeah, it's got the School of Magic that is required right up there. Okay, but you could be a Beastbinder or a Glamour Weaver, and I don't know, man. I don't actually know what his deal is. We also have... I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Those aren't really, like, Empire-wide bonuses, right? So there's not really a big benefit to applying a character who is not currently leading an army to an office. Somewhere, Heggrafe still has an army. I have no idea where they might be, I have no idea what they are doing, but they are technically still at war with us, so they could, at any moment, just show up and decide that it's going to be a problem. I will, at this point, very happily take a military access treaty with anyone that we are even a tiny bit friendly with. Just want to be able to teleport my armies around the world and then run through other people's territory to get stuff done. It does look like Kagan Viletide is very slowly walking toward the altar. And we gave the Tomb Kings a coordination order on that altar, right? Like, it might actually become kind of an issue. Alright, they're not mad enough to do anything just yet. The thing is, if we declare war on them, we don't get the Dune Kingdoms necessarily. We might be able to talk the Dune Kingdoms into it, actually. Alright, the Sword of Cain was just claimed. Yep. Okay. So we're entering a new chapter. The Oak hit 200 health, which is nice. Let's, So I know there are more settlements over here. You should probably figure out if there are living Dark Elves in this area. It kind of looks like the army at Harganeth that they're very, very slowly building is the only thing they have left. Okay, let's head back to Grand to replenish, because we've taken a beating here. I really hope that our allies will be capable of finishing the job. We've left them in a pretty weakened state. Wow, raiding is really not worth as much of a penalty as I would have thought. So we're going to be in a dangerous spot. When they decide to attack us... Oh, actually, it looks like they can't even reach us in a single normal move from the camp. So when they decide they're going to attack me over all the raiding, they're going to walk out slowly. we'll have time to react. This is fine. You just keep doing your thing.
Assistance?
Alright, we just need to get close enough to meet up.
Beginning my journey.
If we can see one of their armies and they can see our army, that's good enough. Okay, I'm sure this'll be... Yeah, there we go. So, trending downward, because right now, there's a big confederation penalty on account of Tulsin. We might be able to talk these guys over onto our side. Right now, they are at war with Clan Mulder and... Okay, they have a military alliance with Karaza Karak, so war with them is kind of off the table. But giving them 30,000 gold isn't necessarily off the table. What if Nonaggression Pact plus... Oh wow, they would probably not do military access. That's rough. I mean, we're not in a big hurry on this one. And we're already friends with people who are surrounding them, so... All we really need to do is to get this to work out eventually. Let's try lowering this amount of money, because I do want to buy myself a Non-Aggression Pact, but... Yeah, I'll pay that. Okay, that'll do for right now. We probably won't be able to get much further with them until the Confederation penalty wears off. Alright, so you are going to head more south. Okay, that's the only thing we can build there. Still not filling that office slot.
I go.
Is there like an actual army at the altar? No, there is not. Oh, that's... The green glow, of course, is a confederation target, or a coordination target, probably. Okay, so... This is going to get a little weird. I'm not exactly sure what the outcome of this situation is going to be. My guess is...
I wield the winds.
Do we think these guys can take this army? Honestly, probably not. Chaos Warriors are pretty tough. They're very powerful melee units. And they got a Hell Cannon, which is a cannon that shoots the souls of the damned at people, in case you're unfamiliar. You know, just standard everyday Warhammer stuff. So now that we've met them, we don't really need to be down here anymore. I am gonna, in fact,
How can I assist you?
turn around and go see if we can help with Chaos. That was really all we were trying to do with this army. So the Griffinwood, Lorelorn Forest. The Lorelorn Forest is coming along real quickly. There's the Vale. Oh, there's still the Sacred Pools that we gotta figure out. And we don't have a Confederation thing available for these people, because these people are not... They are not elves at all, in fact. We probably don't want to make friends with them, then? Because there's no version of this that ends with them handing off the living pools in a friendly manner. We're probably going to have to go down there and fight them. Right now, they're at war with some people, and nobody particularly likes them. That might be a thing to do when the Deeproot cooldown comes up, is send somebody down there to deal with that. Yeah, alright. So the High Elves changed tax. I guess they're going to let Chaos just burn down the altar, which is fine by me, but we are still going to have to kill that Chaos army afterward. Alright, Varcio has gotten really good at not getting stabbed to death by Dark Elves. It's a skill we're all picking up. Still no. Still absolutely not ever. I have to say, though, under our care, the Exiles of Nahak are doing a much better job than they usually do. In my experience, they usually end up stuck in that little weird corner desert for the entirety of the game, unless they piss off the Dark Elves too much and the Dark Elves come down and wipe them out. Yep, this is a really good use of your time and money. I'm sure the 7 units in that garrison were going to pose a huge threat to you otherwise. I don't like these human agents just following us around. I'm sure they're just trying to keep tabs on us. I'm sure they just want to understand what's happening. But it makes me nervous. It always makes me think that they're about to try to assassinate someone, or... You know, honestly, I'm a little surprised that Grand didn't get attacked while we were away. I guess they've been in active mustering mode the entire time.
Ariel favors me most. Untrue, sister.
So they've managed to recruit a couple of war hydras. That's a problem. War hydras are pretty scary. Big regenerating, fire-breathing monsters. They got some dual weapon shades. To be perfectly honest with you, for the amount of time they've been sitting here, I'm not that impressed with their army composition. I kind of assumed they were sitting still because they were recruiting, you know, high-tier units with like 3-turn base recruitment times and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Alright, so the border princes...
Greetings. We may not be the Empire, but our realm has riches and strength in equal...
How are we going to deal with this forest? The Forest of Gloom has to get fixed. The border princes cannot cede it to us willingly, but they are military allies with a huge number of factions that we kind of need to remain friendly with. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Alright, Otrolio is sitting there, O-trolling the hell out of these guys. I don't even know what it means to raid the territory of a bunch of people who just sit in safety inside of their city 100% of the time. I imagine it's easy. I imagine it's a pretty easy job.
A blade in their back.
There you go. See, that's how you're supposed to do that. You are just running down here. So it looks like the Skaven that were down here have probably been wiped out. The men of Tilia hold Skaven Blight.
Of the deep wood.
I guess you don't really have a role over here anymore. We know damn well what's about to occur, so I guess, yeah, just
Swiftly.
get out of the valley. And do we have Orion back yet? No. Not yet. It's supposed to be the case that when you mouse over the little skull, it tells you how many turns are left on their wound. Unless that has been changed, I guess. I don't know why we're not getting an indication, but it shouldn't be longer than 5 turns. Ah, I see. This is why they have no military up north, because they're spitefully going after the Twisted Glade, I guess. I mean, at this point, we could honestly negotiate peace with them and just let the AI finish them off, hopefully. Oh hey, even more Chaos Armies. We don't need the Twisted Glade. We do have another port further up. So I'm not too concerned about that.
Should we kill them, sister? Stay your blade.
Is this a declaration? No. They want a non-aggression pact. They want me to pay for it. I'm not going to do that. Okay, Orion is back. Everybody in Headgrave loves all of the fighting pits and whatnot. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Actually, you know what? We have a... Okay. Yes, we have a contiguous line of territory to our other ports. So, a question then.
Itching for fresh battle.
Do we redirect the sisters south? It looks like Current Car is under siege right now. I mean, the monoliths... We definitely need to see the monoliths destroyed. Yeah, I kind of just don't care what happens to the Twisted Glade. I'm not going to worry about this. We're going to stay focused. And it sure does seem like we're going to have to actually wipe the Dark Elves out if we want to ever have any ability to move around out here. So, let's grab for you the ability to assault units, I suppose.
Going forth.
And I was wrong. You do still have a roll.
Setting traps.
Maybe we need to break off and deal with these Chaos armies. Now that they've destroyed everything over here, they're gonna either go south and start killing Tomb Kings, or they're gonna come east and disrupt all of our stuff. We should deal with this. At the very least, we should support our allies in dealing with this. Huh, I don't have enough movement range to adopt this stance, are you sure? Because it says I have 11, which is more than 10. I don't want to blow anybody's mind here, but... Alright, well I guess we'll just wait here. Alright, Dodan, figure out what's going on in this area. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Maybe we can restore the forest entirely through... So the fact that we are friendly with the people who own the heathlands around the Griffinwood is not pouring health into the Griffinwood. We have to own it. So we cannot feed health into the Forest of Gloom in that way. Boy, how are we going to deal with that? I don't know. That's a real problem. I don't know what to do about that. I guess we have enough issues at the moment. Let's not put anything else on our plate. Varcio... I guess just keep going this way until we're confident we've seen all of the Dark Elf settlements. Okay, here we go. Shagrath has
This will fail.
a full army and then some in it.
All hail Colonels.
I'm just sort of wondering, like, where the hell are all of the Dark Elves, right? Because
Going forth.
the balance of power indicator tells us that there should be, like, a whole lot of them, but we do not see them. Well, there you go. That's part of the answer. So I think we're gonna boot Phaonix. Phaonix, the poorly built. For Orion. We'll just pull Orion right in here.
Orion.
Alright, let's see how Orion is built. He already has 2 of his legendary items, and he's 3 levels off of being able to acquire the 3rd one. His build is similarly bad. Very spread out. If you're going to spend 2 points in this box that contains things like a bunch of reload time or a bunch of missile strength, why start with 15% speed? You get the Great Stag Helm. It seems appropriate. You get a Refined Dreaming Bow. That seems okay. And then an Elder Scout. And do we have any other movement stuff? No. So War Dancer Drummer. Yeah, just like a bunch of garbage, you know, because we kind of have a lot of we have a lot of not that exciting followers. So what does your legendary stuff do? Constant regeneration when you're under 20% HP. And 44% damage resistance. That's interesting. And then the Horn of the Wild Hunt is fine. That's a pretty big bonus to charging, but it's also on quite a long cooldown. I don't know. This doesn't really seem like that great of an item. Oh, and of course we should talk about his actual, like, his trait, which is, first of all, he gains a passive ability when Ariel is embedded in his army. That's interesting. Missile strength up for the entire faction, and he wants Wild Riders. Okay, we can rework stuff. He has a couple units. No, sorry, only he has a unit of Wild Riders. We'll get that specialization done. He does live to serve Ariel. Maybe we should send her over here. Oh, sorry, that's my Discord. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the forces of order are more in control of this area than they were before, not less. So this wave of the Chaos Invasion seems like it's already defeated. And while this is happening, I'm just going to real quick mute that Discord, because that should be muted. There we go. Okay. And we're back. So we need Arbal Vorgus to sort of just wander into us. Like I said, I'm not too worried about this. Going down to defeat Crone Hellebron might be worthwhile, though, because she has the sword right now. Also, we just lost all of our trade agreements. What? Don't we have... We have Haggrafe, and we have a contiguous path of settlements up to Haggrafe, don't we? Okay, well, hold on. We'll investigate this in a second. I'm pretty sure, though. I'm pretty sure we have a connected port, so our trade agreements should not have disappeared. And unfortunately, that's... it's going to be more of a pain than anything else. Like, it's not a big deal that we lost that stuff, but now we're going to have to renegotiate each one of those trade agreements individually, which is really annoying. Because, yeah, Hotek's column connects to the circle, and the circle is a port. Let's go have a look at what the hell is going on here. Okay, research is completing. Naggareth will go fight Crone Hellebron, maybe, eventually. Okay, so we have the Circle of Destruction. We have Hotek's Column, which owns all this territory. So yes, we have control of a port that is linked to our capital just as much as the Twisted Glade was. And yet... Well, let me go talk to somebody who has a port. Where's... yeah, any of the High Elves. A route from their capital cannot be established. Well, that's just not correct. Is the issue... I mean, is there something wrong with... Maybe these ports don't connect out because this area is not properly traversable by boats or something? I don't know. I mean, it's not killing our economy or anything. Like I said, mostly it's annoying. But it sure is annoying.
Sheesh.
I clicked on that Chaos Warrior and he just shouted sheesh. That doesn't really feel in character. Alright, why don't you come over here and assault these units? Hooray! How well did you assault them? How assaulted are they? You know what? That's a fair amount of damage that he did over that entire army.
So bored.
For one guy, that is actually very impressive. Well done. Okay, I don't think we have to be particularly careful with this one.
Make it quick. Make them scream.
Let's pick up missile strength. And then we could just go hunting. We have an idea of where the other Chaos Army is. Or we could fall back and heal. We just have to make it back across any border. Yeah, we'll just go to here. It's fine. Heal up in our friend's territory. Alright, we may as well pick up Eternal Sisterhood too, because like I said, we'll end up with some Sisters of the Thorn, maybe. We will at least have the ability to end up with some Sisters of the Thorn. And I guess... can't ambush because I'm too close to a friend. Again, feels a little silly. Friendly armies should want me to go into ambush mode. They should be excited when that happens. Okay, the orcs have pushed as far north as Barak Var. I mean, an orcish intervention is a way that we could get these guys out of the Forest of Gloom. Maybe we should try to engineer that situation somehow. I don't exactly know how we would do it.
What about me?
But I also don't really know what other options we have. Alright, we're still trending quite a bit north. The raiding is really starting to, or south rather. The raiding is really starting to get to them. They're not into it.
Tracking.
Alright, well, it looks like things are mostly pretty settled and safe down here. Not a lot of active combat going on. So, Orion, I guess you're not really needed over here. The world roots are about to come off cooldown. I think we run Orion back here and then prepare to, oh, right, I gotta take it slow. Oh, also, the dwarves now own this, and they don't want me to cross their territory either. Well, alright, let's see if we can negotiate some military access from somebody. So the dwarves aren't into it. What about Hawkland?
Only Sigma's god Ulrich can judge it worthy or no.
Okay, Hawkland's into it. Do we want to... Hold on. Do we want a defensive alliance? Yeah, I think so. Just kind of make friends with everybody around here. They don't love Hawkland, but they probably wouldn't be mad at us for making treaties with them.
As you say, sir.
Speaking of which, how much more time do we have on the Confederation debuff? 1 turn. Okay.
God King of the Deepwood.
So yeah, Orion, head through Hawkland territory back toward our forest.
Setting forth. Make way.
Let's make sure all of these money-making buildings are getting actually built. I keep doing that. I keep clicking on the city of Quintex, because I have forgotten where we are. Alright, well, I don't think we have anything that's terribly relevant left to pick up. This global recruitment capacity is fine. Yeah, missile resistance is good too. Oh, sorry, Orion should totally have an office. I don't know that it matters very much. Here, you can be our Darkweaver. Why not? Let's have a Darkweaver.
Captain.
This way it'll stop asking me, at the very least. So Malekith ran off this way, right?
Onward!
Let's keep an eye on what's going on with this dude. Alright, hopefully... Did you...
Ever watch.
Yes, you did do something, alright. Hopefully that other Chaos Army is close.
Has been watching you for some time.
This guy's just gonna offer me the same bad deal over and over and over again until the end of the game. Tlaqua has attacked the Dune Kingdoms. Well, I do need to be on their good side, so I guess I'm part of this war now. That is... I don't know enough about the politics down there to know how big of a problem this is going to be. Tlaqua is one of the Lizardmen forces. And we don't know how many friends they have, or... that could potentially be a problem. When our turn comes around again, we need to do a little investigation real quick. So, is that Warriors of Chaos Army going to come up to burn Harkaldra now? I do wish that we had a better ability to influence diplomatic relationships between other players. What we can do is really pretty limited. But we're running up into problems now where the easiest thing for us, by far the best thing... Oh, nice. Elithanar has it. Okay, there's two lords that we fired are ready to rejoin the force if we want them.
Defender of Athel Loren.
moving.
Alright, we should deal with this.
Aerial emissaries.
I don't love it, but I do think it has to happen. So let's run down here. We definitely have enough movement left, and we are nowhere near another army. We should be able to sneak up on these guys. I don't think he's going to go all the way to Recto Gorge.
An ambush.
It seems like this army is very into, like, short move followed by encampment. You gotta remember, because they can never control territory, they have to use encampment stance for all of their replenishment, which means that recovering from injuries is, like, a very slow process. They have to spend a lot of turns doing that, like, half-scoot move. Alright, we're not trending so negative anymore because we've lost that debuff. And we might actually want to do something about that. And I think Solace here is about to get in the water and help us feel out the situation with Tlaqua. Alright, Tala. What do I want for you? Probably death from above, right? That makes sense.
Master of the wild.
Alright, you have your orders. You should just annoy Malekith.
Show them true valor. Mission successful.
You know, she's very good at her job. Alright, let's go look at Tlaqua here. So, currently rated 18th strength, 6 settlements, which is a little bit of a problem. So I assume they have stuff that ranges northward. And our ally here, where's our ally rate? 30th in terms of strength. They're probably going to lose. Man, I don't really want to have to... Okay. We might have to figure something out. Alright, so now we should start trending northward pretty fast with you. At this point, I'm gonna bribe you. Let's get that relationship going. I'm gonna hold off on actually moving the Tree Singer up into a support position. For the moment, I'm just going to keep raiding these elves and trying to get them to declare war on me. I think it is more likely now with them, with our defensive ally now being engaged in a war with somebody else. It is more likely that the Orion will feel that it is safe to attack. It is unfortunately less likely that we will be able to pay our ally to go to war with Orion. So we might have to... Boy, I don't want to have to run over there and resolve their dinosaur war for them. That sounds like a huge amount of effort. Well, I think that's probably what we're doing now. I know I was talking about going to the Magic Forest deep in the southern jungles, but I think when Orion gets back to the Grove, we're going to send him down south, and we're going to resolve this Bowmen of Orion nonsense once and for all. It is currently consuming too many damn resources. Okay, wow, he just went for it. Well, the good news is I'm pretty sure we can still catch up with him. We're real fast. Okay, someone died. This doesn't matter. I don't think this choice matters almost at all. The Tree Singer is leveling up. We're gonna grab... It does not make sense to try to push for Lightning Strike. We need too many levels before we could get to it. Alright, so Dodan sort of knows what we need to know. Let's go check how the orcs are doing. Because the orcs are maybe my only hope of getting that done the way we want it to get done. Could you guys... Oh, right, I'm not at war. I can't... You can't talk someone into declaring war unless you are at war with the target. You can make them join you. You can't just pay people to get into fights on your behalf. Well, that's a shame, because that's what we really need to do. We do need to get this whole thing under control. Like, I would love to get Karen Car destroyed. I think I'm going to have you just sit still for a turn. There's not much sense in, like, attempting actions, because, you know, we are exhausted.
I refuse.
Twin defenders of the
It's kind of a funny way to cover for failure. He runs over there, attempts the assassination, fails it, and then it's like, you know what, I'm not even going to try. It would be beneath me to attempt such a thing. That's what I'll write in my letter back to them.
Glorious battle. Forgive us.
Alright,
There is no other way.
so chaos in this area is defeated for now. They'll be back, and hopefully our allies will be ready to deal with that, because I don't want to have to. I have other stuff to do.
Looking for a fight.
So let's see. We need information over here. Alright, one thing we do know is that the orcs are running a pretty large empire, right? It stretches all the way down to Gorgazan, and then also they have, like, Iron Rock and stuff still. They're powerful. They're still doing well. It is not totally impossible that they could resolve the Forest of Gloom thing for us. It's not, like, super likely, but it is at least theoretically possible. So trending toward 88. I guess for right now, let's just let that number tick upward. Yeah, it's still going to be like 3 more turns of movement before Orion is in position to use the world roots, the deep roots. We could have run into the Briar Maiden of Woe's forest, I suppose, and used the deep roots from there. But obviously we would have incurred a diplomatic penalty for trespassing and... Yeah, man, the moment the sisters are gone from the east, all of a sudden, some dark elves just swarming all over the place. And we have encountered the Tor Elithis refugees. Ah, there they are. So these factions, with the black flag and the red slash through it, are rogue armies. They spawn without ownership of any settlements. They just appear throughout the game. And they use weird combined rosters. A lot of them are like thematically defined. Uh-oh. Torgovan attacked Reichland. Well, right now, we need the alliance with Reichland, because that's feeding a lot of health into our forest. We don't actually care about Torgovan very much, except that obviously this is going to create Wood Elf problems. Boy, maybe what we're actually going to do is bring Orion down to the Oak. Alright, let's do it. They're gonna burn down the Oak of Ages. Wood Elves should not ever attack the Oak of Ages. I mean, there's no chance, right? Okay, they sacked it and ran away. I was gonna say, that seems like a very strange thing to do to me. Alright, I don't know why they had to get like this, but it's fine. We will resolve it. It will be resolved. So we have a great big garrison in our... Yeah, we have the improved garrison building. So right now, we're only at war with Torgovan. Torgovan was the one that we weren't going to be able to assimilate, or the one that we weren't going to be able to confederate, right? Because they were, their quest involves beating up Bretonnians. We're still cool with these guys. Yeah, that's not really a big deal. This is not how I wanted to use my travel, but I think it is. That is what we have to do here. So...
Master of the Wild Hunt.
I think not.
Daith has a tree man and 5 forest dragons in his army. That's... okay.
Shield of Athelloren.
It's an unusual construction, is what I'll say.
Do we fight? Only when necessary.
Alright, sisters need to get the hell back over here. This is very unfortunate.
Serene Nestra.
We just, like... we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have enough armies to do all the things we need to be doing, and we don't have enough time to do all the things we need to be doing. Alright, keep scouting out Orktown. Yeah, we're still trending lower and lower. Hopefully we can get them to actually declare at some point. The level of caution they are showing is a little frustrating. Okay, sadly, there's not really much for me to do here. We could attack random units in the armies, but obviously they're just going to heal that damage off. Yeah, alright, we got so much stuff to do. Hey, you guys. Could I get some coordination on this? I'm going to ask Alithanar to attack that as well. Okay. If they can handle this, with all this stuff burned by chaos, I am relatively confident I can take out the entire coast. We could actually see these Dark Elves completely removed from the game. It would definitely simplify things for me. And it turns out I'm not really going to have any shortage of enemies. This is not a real concern.
In of the deep wood. Silently.
Why do we waste time?
And hell, I mean, with 3 armies up, we're positive even. Unfortunately, the amount that each army costs, it scales upward. So the third army is more expensive than the second, the fourth more expensive than the third. So even though we're starting to trend into the territory where we picked up our second army, we're definitely not ready to go for another one. Oh hey, Ganvale has an upgrade that we could buy. Oh, you know what? We should probably be making sure we're upgrading the dragon building in the Witchwood too. I'm sure that that's ready for another level. And now that Orion is down near the city that we took from Talsin, we can probably reapportion that army a little bit. Absolutely not. Not ever. Okay, we're going to have to make some stuff happen. We're going to lose some of our progress here, but unfortunately... Oh, is he going to come after us? He is, in fact. Okay, this battle we should probably actually fight manually, but it probably shouldn't start 59 minutes into the episode. So I think this right here is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we have some elf problems to resolve, and somehow that's going to have to involve us murdering half a dozen dragons. And we'll see you then.